So one thing I like about the ALLPOWERS portable power station, the R600, is that it has a wireless charging pad. That's freaking cool. So put it on there, and it charges. It actually charges at a pretty fast rate too, which is pretty nice. I mean, it's nice you can plug up, you know, I got my tablet and my GoPros and my drone all charging at the same time. And you can see it's got a nice readout screen there. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed so far by this. It's pretty decent quality. We'll test it out this weekend and see how it does. All right, I'm gonna try out the solar panel for my ALLPOWERS R600 here. It's got feet on the back, so it stands up by itself. We can see, let's see what we're charging right now. So we're at 50 watts charging. It's in the morning, so it's not quite direct sunlight yet. So yeah, we're just gonna give this a try and see how it works. Okay, I'm gonna give another test to the solar panel. Today is not so sunny, but you know, you don't have a perfect day every day. So I just wanted to see how long it would charge on kind of an overcast day. You can see here. So yeah, we'll see. I'm looking at the app right now. I'm like 16 watts going in, which isn't a lot. I'm hoping maybe the sun will peek out and I'll get a little bit more. You can see here, this display's kind of hard to see right now. Got the solar panel kind of laying flat because it's kind of windy today. I was afraid it might blow over. But so the one thing I will say that you need to do on this R600, ALLPOWERS R600, sorry, is get the app. So get the app and turn the Bluetooth on. It took me a while to figure out how the Bluetooth turns on. So basically, you want to hold down this button here and you'll hear it beep, and then a little icon will come up for your Bluetooth. I couldn't figure that out. And basically the reason why you want that is because you can go in here and set your settings up to faster charging, where mine was set at slow charge. So when I first plugged it into the wall, it wasn't charging as fast as I thought it should. So I'm gonna make that test too after I do this. I'm just gonna run a few more things just to try it out and see how this thing works. Definitely, I would suggest using the app for sure. Okay, so I moved it down into the sun a little more just to see how much more wattage I could get out of it. It's still a bit overcast. It's definitely doing a lot better now. We're, I think, 88 watts, which I believe it's a 100 watt panel, so it's starting to get definitely charging a little bit better. Let's see the display. The display's kind of hard to see in the sun. Yeah, this is 78 right now. Definitely a bit slower than I expected to charge, but you know, I guess if you had direct sunlight, it'd be a little bit faster. Okay, so I had to move it out of the rain because rain was coming and I didn't want it to hurt my panel here. So I actually got it charged to 96%. So that's probably took a good 5 hours today, maybe slightly more than that. It's not the fastest way to charge it, but free energy is always good, right? So if you got the time or you're on a campsite where you got plenty of sun, sure, it's a great option. But if you're like me and most of the campsites I camp at don't exactly have direct sun, so sometimes it's hard to keep it in the sun all day. So for my personal opinion, I think the AC or the 12-volt outlet plug that you can buy for this would be the best option to plug it in your car and charge it, especially if you're doing overlanding trips and you're going places. Charging it while you're driving would be no problem at all, or charging at your house. Either way, whatever your plans are for it. But yeah, so as you can see, 96%, and Oh yeah, I did check, or actually if you look on the back of it here, it is a 140 watt panel. I originally thought it was a 100 watt panel, but it's 140 watt. The most I saw was just over 100 watts in the sun, and that was some pretty bright sun. It was still a bit overcast, but it looked like it was going between 80, 100 watts. Sometimes they go down to like 60 watts. Just depends on, you know, the sun load, basically the clouds, right? So fairly impressed with the solar panel. It's done pretty well for me. I'm not so sure if it's something I'll use, but I'll see next time I go out on my camping trip, and yeah, we'll see. All right, want to do a bit of a recap here on my ALLPOWERS R600 power station. Just kind of my thoughts and what I've used it for and what I think about it. It's been a pretty good power station. So yeah, definitely changing the charging speed on that was definitely a game changer there for me, because I thought, well, it takes forever for it to charge, but it actually charges up pretty quick. I was going to do a video on it, but I just didn't get time to do it. I've been too busy, been in and out. So yeah, that's been pretty awesome. I'm just gonna tell you a couple things that I've used it for. So I went out camping here, and it's kind of still cold weather here, especially at night. So I used this this heated blanket, and it worked. Actually works pretty well. It lasted all night. I was surprised. Didn't have no problem with it. Actually, last time I used it, it still had like 8% left over in the morning, which for me is pretty good. If you're camping in colder weather, you don't have a diesel heater, that's a good second option. Definitely worked out pretty good for me. It's simple. So some of the other things that I've used it for, so this is my battery pack for my Milwaukee jacket, my heated jacket there. So this will plug into there and charge. And then I got my other Milwaukee for like my power tools. You can use a chainsaw, you know, all the different power tools can be charged on this charger. Of course, they can plug into your regular outlet plugs there, which work great. Another thing that I used it for was charging my radio control car batteries. So, you know, if you're a family, you're out camping and your kids got radio control cars, and I'm a big kid, so it'll definitely do that. I plugged the charger in, but it was just nice to have that power to be able to charge that and just enjoy my radio control car when I'm out camping. So yeah, I mean, it's just I just have the standard Traxxas charger there. So yeah, that worked out pretty good. I'm pretty, yeah, I've been pretty happy with the unit. It's nice. It's got that charging pad on the top. I find that to be pretty nice. The only thing that I would say is the solar panel, for me, didn't quite work out, because it took basically most of the day to charge it up to like 90%, which really isn't bad if you consider that's like free power basically, right? But for me, sometimes I'm always on the go, so like it would be a lot better, and what I would recommend if you're like me and you're just doing weekend trips and going places, I would buy the plug, the cigarette lighter plug that plugs into this so you can charge it in your vehicle. And that's what I'm going to be picking one of those up for this, because that would be awesome to have and be able to charge it up quick. And I don't know how fast it charges with a cigarette lighter, but if you're driving all day, I would assume at the end of the day it's probably charged. But yeah, it's been great. I don't think I've had any issues with this at all. It is a bit small, so I don't think you could run a fridge off this, and I've been told by friends you can't run a diesel heater off of it, so you need the next step up. And I think I eventually will buy the next step up once I get a 12-volt fridge for the truck. Eventually that's on the list to get, and won't be using ice anymore. Although ice works great, but 12-volt cooler is nice to have too. So anyways, this has been my take on the ALLPOWERS R600. This was sent out to me by ALLPOWERS just to test out and try, and it's been great, and I really appreciate them giving me the opportunity. I will leave a link down in the description on where you can buy this, and yeah, and just check it out. Thanks for checking out my video.